Let's answer these bunch of questions you guys have sent in.
Oh yeah, you ready for this?
Hello, you lot. Look who's back. Long time no see. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. I know it's been a while, but we thought we should at least pop in and try and do something. I know it's not the normal episodes that we do, but I've said before, it's extremely difficult for me to do those episodes, so we thought we've done a Q&A in the past, let's do a follow-up. Maybe it's a cop-out, but I don't know, just let's have this one, alright? So we put out on Twitter that we were doing this video, we asked you to send your questions, we got some here. So I think I owe you guys some answers. Real quick, I don't know if it's picking up or not, but it's a little bit bouncy and echoey in here. Everything's a bit higgledy-piggledy here. This is the best room at the moment where I can record in. It's got the most natural light because the lighting rig isn't here because it's not really a lighting rig because we're not professional. We're crap. We're crap, and we try and make the crap our charm, but it's crap. Yet you guys seem to keep coming back and we keep getting more subscribers, so I don't know. Alright, let's get into these questions. First one up comes from, Gothioso. He's asked a few. You'll probably see him down below there somewhere in the comments. Unless he's streaming. Twitch.tv/Gothioso, I think it is. Check him out. He does a lot of horror stuff if you're into horror games. When he's not doing horror games, he's showing off his skills at being the best in the world at Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oh, he's gonna kill me for saying that. Oh, wow. Anyway, Gothioso's asked a few, so let's get into it. Let's start off with this one. He's asked me, what is your favourite arcade racer? I had to do a little bit of thinking on this, so here we go. As some of you know, I grew up in the coin-op world. Family friends were vendors and operators, and we've got other family friends, and we've all dabbled in machines here and there, pinballs, arcades, even the odd gambling machine here and there. Don't worry, it's more innocent than how it sounds. So yeah, my whole life I've grown around machines in people's homes. So I knew a lot of people that had Daytona USAs, loved Daytona USA. I knew people that had Sega Rallies, loved Sega Rally. I knew a bloke that had a Virtua Racing. I love that. I have the Mega Drive one and the U-Butte cartridge. Still have fun with that one. Time bonus! Love it. But if I had to pick a favourite, I was going to have one that has a soft spot with me, and I'll explain why. It's probably something that you would never expect anyone to say is their favourite arcade racer. But mine's Cruisin' World. I've spent the most amount of time on Cruisin' World than any other arcade racer. Why is that, you ask? I own it. I own it on Nintendo 64 with the Nintendo 64 steering wheel. But for a very long time, I don't have it anymore. But I did have the cabinet. I had the Cruisin' World Deluxe Arcade cabinet with the 35-inch screen and the vinyl and polyester seat. It wasn't the plastic bucket. It was the deluxe seat. And we had oh my god, the amount of memories I have of playing that, trying to beat everyone's high scores and stuff like that. And It's a midway game, and you all know I love midway. The humour in that game is what I remember really the most. You had a button that could honk the horn, the cars, except when you were driving the ATV truck. It had a gun on the roof, so when you'd hit the horn button, it would shoot the gun. Oh my god, that was grouse. Growing up with it as a teenager, I remember when you would win the race, you come first, you would be handed a trophy from an absolute babe in a bikini. Growing up as a teenager, I liked winning a lot. A lot. Another thing I remember is there would be animals on the side of the road and you could hit them. And when you hit them, they'd explode into perfectly butchered cuts of meat. If you're driving along the road and there'd be a cow, you'd hit the cow and all of a sudden it would explode. You'd hear, there'd be a rump roast flying across the screen. Oh man, my memories of Cruising World. So I've got a big soft spot for Cruising World, so I'd have to say Cruising World. Alright, let's get this other question from Gothioso out the way. Because I don't like hanging out with this bastard, let alone talking about him. Why is Mongrel such a mongrel? I wouldn't have said that. I would have asked why is Mongrel such an absolute fucking turd, but anyway. I don't know, man. I don't want to hear his backstory because it's probably something so boring or completely screwed up. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't look that much into him. I roll my eyes every time he's bloody here. The only good thing about Mongrel is he has great taste in music and women. Oh, God. Why is Mongrel such a mongrel? Because he's a bloody turd. There you go. I don't bloody know. I'm just glad he's not freaking here at the minute. Okay. Well, we're going to have a bit of a theme here for the minute. Let's go with this question from Chris Nunn, who asks, why the Hornets? And also, has Tommy been to America to watch a live game? No, I've never been to America and seen a live game. I've never even been to America. I've never stepped foot out of Australia. I've never even been to New Zealand. I haven't even been to bloody Tasmania, which apparently is part of Australia for some reason. Western Australia wanted to be its own country about 4 months ago. I reckon Tasmania should be its own country. Already kind of is. It's separated by water, a massive amount of water. Why is it part of us? I don't know. So no, I've never been to America. I've only ever seen NBA games on the telly. So, yes. Now, why the Hornets? So I grew up in the mid to late 90s, creeping into the 2000s. And that was during Hornets hysteria, where everyone had some piece of Hornets merchandise, whether it was a t-shirt, jersey, or the starter jackets, the windbreaker jackets. Funny enough, when it came to NBA gear, everyone wore Hornet stuff. The only ones that would wear anything other were the high school students, because the primary school I went to and the high school were right next to each other. They were the ones that had the jobs and had the money, so they could buy whatever they wanted as soon as they finished their shift at Macca's or KFC or at Safeway or something like that. So they would be the ones that would wear the Bulls jerseys, and it would always be Michael. You'd think it would be Luke Longley because Luke Longley's Australian, but no, it was Michael. And they never wore the red or white ones. They always wore the black jersey with the red pinstripes. Not complaining, I quite like that jersey. It's my favourite Bulls jersey if I can pick one. Yeah, they always wore that one. But anything else, it was Hornets gear, you know, shirts, starter jackets, stuff like that. My dad came home with clothes for me, and it was a Charlotte Hornets t-shirt and a pair of shorts with Hugo on the bottom. So it went from there. I liked playing as the Hornets on NBA Jam and NBA Live and stuff like that. I love Hugo. And then we had Foxtel growing up as a kid, which was like the Australian version of cable. So they would have NBA games, so I'd always be flipping through the channel, oh, do you want to watch the Hornets? Alright. And it's just crept on from there. So that's why. I did tune out though when they went to New Orleans. I hated them when they were in New Orleans. And then when the Bobcats arrived, it's like, what am I? Am I Hornets or am I Charlotte? Which one? And I just went, you know what? Neither. I hated that New Orleans changed the colour scheme. I hated the jerseys. I absolutely hated the NOLA. I know it's New Orleans, Louisiana and stuff like that, but I hated it. It's just, yeah, I think they're much, much better off with Pelicans. And I'm so glad the Hornets got rid of Bobcats and they're back to being the Hornets. Things are the way they are. Back again, and that's when I really tuned in back. So, but that's how it started. It was just I got that t-shirt and shorts, and I liked picking them in the games, and then would watch the games when they were on because Tommy will want to watch Hornet stuff. He's got Hornets games. He's got Hornet stuff, and it just grew from there. So that's where that comes from. Next up is from Stewie's Retro Gaming. He's got two, and he asks, okay, let's see. Right, so here's a tough one maybe. Out of all the NBA Jam variants you have championed recently, which has the best gameplay overall do you think? And why are the Sonics, I mean Hornets, so damn cool? For those that don't know, Stewie is very partial to the Seattle Supersonics. And I must say, even though I'm a Hornets guy, I do miss seeing the Seattle Supersonics. It's just, I'm one of those people, it's just not the same seeing Oklahoma City Thunder, it's just not. But we'll see. I would love to see him come back to Supersonics. That's honest, I would. I know they've been saying recently the NBA's talking about expansion is probably more than likely going to happen. I know they keep saying Las Vegas, but I know Seattle's right up there in the conversation. I mean, I suppose it could happen. I mean, if Hornets were able to drop Bobcats and get the Hornets identity back from New Orleans when they went to the Pelicans, I mean, surely the Supersonics can come back in expansion. So I would really like to see them come back in the future. Why are the Hornets so damn cool? It's a multitude of things. Just the players they've had, past and present. You look at the past, you had people like Rex Chapman, you had Kendall Gill, and then you got Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, Hershey Hawkins had a couple of stints with the Hornets. Then, of course, you had Anthony Mason, Glenn Rice, Vlade Divac in that now unbelievable trade with the Lakers for a freshly drafted Kobe. That's right, yep. Kobe Bryant was drafted by the Hornets and then was borderline immediately traded for Vlade. Yeah, but we had Vlade for a little bit. And then everyone goes on about bloody Stephen. Bloody Stephen. His old man. Dell. DC for free. Fucking Stephen. Dell. We had Dell Curry. I love Dell commentating Hornets games. He commentates Hornets games now, and I do enjoy his commentary a lot. But and then in recent years now we've got like Rozier and Washington, Hayward, and LaMelo. We got LaMelo Ball. I first got glimpses of LaMelo when he was in the NBL over here in Australia. He played for the Illawarra Hawks for a tiny bit, and he was special then. And then it's a shame he wasn't playing for like South East Melbourne or something like that. But anyway, but then when I found out that LaMelo got drafted to the Hornets, was I happy? Was I happy? Oh man. And whether he wins Rookie of the Year because of his broken wrist or something like that. If he wins the award or not, it doesn't matter. He's the best rookie in the league this season. He's the best rookie there is in this season. But besides players, what makes them so damn cool was, the original jersey with the pinstripes. Ooh. And then you get, the colour scheme, purple and teal. They always had great merchandise, like in terms of t-shirts and shorts and jerseys, and of course the starter jackets and the windbreaker jackets. Ooh, that was something special. Trying to hunt one of them down again. And then of course, Hugo. You got Hugo Hornet, who was actually the suit, the original mascot suit, was designed by Jim Henson's daughter. There's another cool fact for you. She had quite a bit to do with the Hugo. She built the suit. So yeah, the evidence is there. Do I need to explain anymore? you got that caliber of players. You got the colour scheme with the uniforms and the merchandise, and then you got Hugo. Now, going on to the NBA Jam variants, best gameplay. So in case any of you haven't seen on Twitter, I've defeated all teams in like 6 versions. Well, there's 4 versions of Jam and there's 2 hang times I've defeated. But hang times Jams, 6 Jams, but it's 4 Jams. There's 2 Jams, 2 TEs, and then 2 hang times to be technical. But yeah, because hang times there, best gameplay. I don't know, in terms of ports, because you can still go back to even if you played like Hang Time and Showtime, and then you went to NBA Hoops, or you went to the 2 ones done by Electronic Arts, you can still go back to the original version 1 Jam and still have a blast. And then you can get to TE. Really, Hang Time has got more. Hang Time really expanded it. TE had you could swap players every quarter. Hang Time reduced that to half time. But then with Hang Time, you got like the alley-oops, the double dunks, the lean-ins, the fades, the spin move, and then they expanded on the defense a lot, and defense in NBA Jam and defense in Hang Time is a completely separate beast. You've got to have a complete different approach to them. You have a different approach to Hang Time anyway. It's very similar to Jam, but it's its own beast. But in terms of ports, when it comes to Hang Time, I've only ever played like maximum Hang Time, which is only in the arcade. I've got Hang Time on Nintendo 64. Thanks, Goth. But like the Nintendo 64 one is like really accurate to arcade, except for the goddamn controller. The bloody Nintendo 64 controller. It's a good, in a way you can use the D-pad on the left with Hang Time, or you can use the analog stick, which I guess is a decent, option, but let's face it, the Nintendo 64 controller is completely uncomfortable, especially with these bloody big hands. My God. I'm very curious about the PlayStation 1 version of Hang Time. But I haven't played it. I think it came out in America. It didn't come out anywhere else in the world, weirdly. I have played the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive versions of Hang Time, and although they're very cut down, they're still pretty solid. So in terms of Hang Time, you have to have a home version. If you can manage the 64 controller, get the 64 one. If you can organise a Hang Time PlayStation 1, please tell me, because I'm curious about that one. In terms of Jam, I got to give it to the Mega Drive ones. Either the Mega Drive 1 versions, the Mega Drive versions of Jam or TE, or the Mega CD version of Jam. I mean, even though they're cut down, they are probably the most balanced ports. In terms of ports, I would say the Mega Drive jams and the Mega CD jam are actually pretty decent ports. Next question. Gothioso. I think this is his last one. Here we go. What made you like NBA Jam above all other NBA games? So contrary to belief, although I have explained this, I've played other NBA and basketball games. So the one I really grew up with the most was, there was two. There was Hyperdunk, which is Konami, which I've shown on this before. I did an episode on Hyperdunk, and Arch Rivals, which I wanted Jam, but I got Arch Rivals. But Arch Rivals is okay. But I grew up playing NBA Live and stuff like that. I mean, the NBA Live 99, the PS1's a big memory. A lot of kids had that game, NBA Live 99. So I grew up playing a lot of NBA Live 99. I remember when, oh, this is going to make me sound so old to some kids that I know. They loved 2K. I remember when the first 2K came out. I remember playing the first 2K. That's probably my favourite 2K. I don't like the new 2Ks. I really don't. I don't touch them. But what made me like NBA Jam above all the others? I mean, I like other games, but I just liked the non-reality based aspects to Jam. I mean, how awesome is it doing those dunks? Catching on fire. You can shove people, for Christ's sakes. You know? Jam... I mean, yeah, it's just... I mean, it really just boils down to just the whole aspects of Jam that differentiate from everything else is why. Just everything about Jam. You know, it's gameplay, you know, with the mechanics it adds that aren't, you know, in proper basketball, you know, shoving and stuff like that without getting a foul and stuff like that. That really boils down to it. Tim Kitzrow's another huge aspect. That's pretty much it. It's just that just boils down to, you know, instead of 5-on-5, it's 2-on-2. You only have to worry about, you know, really one bloke. You know, the AI sort of does its own thing. You can semi-control it, but, you know, really, you just got, you know, you don't have to, unless you put tag mode on the home versions, you can swap. No, you don't have to swap between characters all the time like you do in like Live and all the sim games. So that's why I like NBA Jam above all others, is just that whole aspect of it. And then when you get other people involved, it's always fun. I mean, I'm more than happy battling the computer, but I know with friends, you know, it's just one of those types of games. But that's pretty much it. Oh, look out. Oh my God. Speaking of Gothioso, guess who snuck in with more questions? Oh my God, he's got another one. Oh, let me look this up and see what I can do. He's asked two. So we've got two more questions from Gothioso. Righto. Okay, let's finish off this one. So the first one is, who is your favourite Hornets player of all time and why? Man, of all time? Jeez. Oh man. Oh, that, yeah, probably. Oh man. Oh, I don't know, dude. I mean, like, I've loved watching LaMelo recently. LaMelo's amazing. You know, but then you gotta love, like, you know, Muggsy and Lonzo and LJ, because they were in Jam. So was Kendall Gill. He was in the original arcade. You know, Del Curry was unlockable in TE and the expanded rosters, as was Rishi Hawkins. No, and then Del popped up in hang time with Vladdy and Glenn Rice and Anthony Mason, and oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's too bloody many of them. You know what? Because I crapped on about it earlier, and screw Stefan, Del. There you go, Del Curry. Let's give Del Curry some love, because everyone talks about fucking Stefan. Del Curry, there you go. Gothioso's last question. To finish this off, what is your favourite Sonic the Hedgehog game and why? So I think I've said this before in the past, but my favourite Sonic the Hedgehog game and my favourite video game of all time is Sonic 2. Mega Drive Sonic 2. That game, I'll just touch on it really quick because I'll probably touch on this in the future and expand on it more, but I'll just touch it real quick. That was the game that just changed everything for me. That was really my first ever game, and then when I revisited it after the little stint on the PlayStation, it just cemented me. It's like, right, this was. I realised then when I was playing it that there was going to be very seldom many things that were going to just match up to this and its greatness to me. In terms of everything, that's what made me an unbelievably huge Sonic fan. And also just the memories I have of that game. Like that game has got me in so much trouble. I mean, really trouble. I still get in trouble this day over this game. There's a certain incident that I haven't told anyone. I'll tell at one point, like, that I still get in trouble with my family with to this day. It's actually my favourite memory in my life. It sounds messed up, but then again, I'm messed up. I got in serious trouble. We got too busy playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and we missed something important. Whoops. Anyway, yeah. Just the amount of memories. In actual fact, real quick, in this very room, because those that don't know, I actually managed to return to my childhood house. After 3 different houses in between, I fought tooth and nail when I saw a glimmer of hope being able to return here. I fought tooth and nail and I managed to do it. So I'm actually back in my original childhood house, amazingly. And in this very room I'm filming in this very spot I'm sitting, although the walls used to be purple, on a bunk bed. I used to sit under the bunk bed on a beanbag, playing Sonic 2, looking like over there. In this spot. Wow, that just clicked with me. Yeah, in this very room. In this very room, because I'm actually in what was my bedroom when I was a kid. In this very room, in this very spot where I'm sitting at, is where I always sat and played Sonic 2. Wow! That just clicked with me. And it's stuff like that why Sonic 2 is my favourite and always will be. Besides the fact that it's an awesome bloody game to begin with. So, there we go. Well, that's it. I've got through the questions. We got this done. Just as the sun's starting to disappear behind clouds and I'm starting to lose this, we're able to end this. So, thanks everyone that sent in their questions. Thanks, Goth, for jumping in there with more. Yeah, just quickly, check out Gothioso on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gothioso, I think it is. I'll get the link and write it down. Also, check out Stewie's Retro Gaming. He's got a channel, does good stuff. Keep an eye out in the future, because there's something that involves me. Kind of an evil thing. Kind of involving Boom Shakalaka. Yeah. Keep an eye out, because, man, what I've told Stewie to do is that close. He's that close. It's not funny. You could probably work out what I've told him to do. In fact, if you followed us on Twitter, you probably saw on Twitter what I told him to do. I told him to beat all 27 teams. There you go, I told you. Yeah, so I'm sure Stewie will probably comment down below. So, you know, you can follow the prompts through there, get to his channel, have a look at him. And everyone else, yeah, I'll probably put them up on there. You can check them out. Give them a follow on Twitter and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Thanks for having a little bit of fun with me. I hope I didn't ramble too much. And I'll see you somewhere in the future.